Coming to you live from deep within inside the Wrestle House. My name is Karl Karufel alongside Bubba Duke, and even already in that chat, Matt. Good evening to you. Love you very much. It's awesome to see you in here. Thank you for coming by. Everybody, welcome to another edition of Turnbuckle Talk. Bubba Duke, how are things going?
Oh, buddy, I have been busy. That shoot job, dude. Like I missed last week, the week before, the week. How many weeks have I missed now?
2,
You know what I
3.
mean? Like, I just like to thank all the fans again. You guys are great. Matt, thanks for coming by, buddy. Let's get this show on the road. I've even turned my phone off, and I'm sitting over here so I can't see it. They can call me all they want. I am not missing a Turnbuckle Talk. Forget it.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. As everyone may know, Ring of Honor is going on a hiatus, and today we want to say thank you to Ring of Honor. And we're going to talk about the pay-per-view that they just had, Ring of Honor Final Battle 2021. What a freaking amazing pay-per-view this was. And dude, I didn't even realize that there was a 1-hour pre-show. We're going to talk about these matches here super quick. Although I know both of us have not seen the pre-show yet,
No.
we're going to talk about these and let everybody know who the winners were. So spoiler alert, we're going to be telling you. We're going to kick things off here with the first matchup that happened on the pre-show. Wow, we had the Righteous containing Vincent, Bateman, and Dutch taking on Shane Taylor Promotions, Con Moses, and O'Shea Edwards.
Ooh.
For the 6-man tag team championships, the Shane Taylor Productions champions going into this matchup goes for 10 minutes, and we have the Righteous defeating Shane Taylor Promotions to capture those 6-man tag team championships, which they will probably be considered the final ROH 6-man tag team champions. Very cool stuff there. I'm looking forward to seeing it very soon.
Yes. We got to remember, this is just the end of an era, okay? Not the end of ROH. So just so people are clear about that. And they very much stressed it on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The end of an era. We will see you soon. And that was just so that everybody's clear. And
perfect.
Getting upset because I was getting upset thinking they were gone. My heart literally stopped. I thought this was the last time I was going to get to see ROH. And I almost cried.
Almost. Next matchup, we actually had a 6-woman tag team matchup. We had Chelsea Green and the Hex consisting of Allison Kay and Marty Bell, taking on Miranda Elise and the Allure, consisting of Angelina Love and Mandy Leon. Mandy Leon, Angelina Love, and Miranda Elise defeating Chelsea Green and the Hex in a 6-minute, 50-second matchup. Again, this is another one that I am really going to be looking forward to. I very much so am a fan of the Allure. I always have been. I've been a fan of Angelina Love since the Beautiful People days. So I'm really looking forward to actually going back and being able to watch this.
Me too, because much like you, I have been huge fan of Angelina Love, even from before the Beautiful People. So
Aha.
I can't wait to see where that goes in the future. Hopefully, they come back.
Oh, I'm sure they definitely will. Next matchup and the third. Yes, I'm saying a third matchup on a pre-show. We had a 10-man tag team matchup lasting 10 minutes and 20 seconds. We had PJ Black, Flip Gordon, Brian Malones, Beer City Bruiser, and world famous CB, good old cheeseburger, defeating LSG, Sledge, Max the Impaler, Demonic Flamita, and Will Ferreira, and taking that by a pinfall. So all three of these matchups were won by pinfall, which is absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, 10-man tag team matches sometimes can be quite a cluster.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to see how things went with this one. Now, anybody that's watching, leave in the comments, did you watch the pre-show for Ring of Honor Final Battle 2021? And if you did, what are your thoughts
Yes.
on the pre-show? That's a huge pre-show. From what I understand, they only had an hour. So 3 matches within an hour time span, that's crazy. It's unheard of.
But again, Ring of Honor, they don't generally stand around and talk a bunch of smack, especially this being technically their last pay-per-view for this era. I'm sorry, but as a promoter, I'm going to want to get as many matches out there and let people see how great my talent is and why we're not shutting the door, why we're just revamping and hopefully bringing all of this talent back to
Right.
ROH.
Let's move on to the main card of the show here.
Please.
Because this was, like I said, this was a fantastic show. I was very happy with everything that happened here. Everything was just so good. We're going to start things off with Dragon Lee taking on Ray Horace in a singles matchup, that Lucha Libre style matchup that went 11 minutes and 20 seconds with Dragon Lee defeating Ray Horace. What are your thoughts on that matchup? I know that you were kind of glued to that screen.
That's my weakness. Lucha Libre, my weakness, big time, because of their athleticism and the story they can tell without saying a word. These gentlemen told a story for their time limit, and yeah, I was glued. I didn't know who to cheer for, to be quite honest, because I liked both men.
Sure.
But I was pulling a little more for the Dragon Lee just because of that whole Bruce Lee thing for me, right?
Gotcha.
So I'm glad that he won. I'm glad both men were had a lot of honor, shook hands before, shook hands after, and they actually walked out of the ring together, I think, to be quite honest.
Could be.
Because I know there was 2 of them walking up the aisle. I'm not sure if that was the ref or not. But
I'm not sure either.
Great match. They hit all their spots. I didn't see any fumbles, any missteps at all. And
They're generally pretty good.
Again, it was on par.
Yeah, it definitely was. Now we go to an 8-minute and 15-second matchup. A 4-corner survival matchup for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. We had Dalton Castle, the champion, taking on Rhett Titus, Silas Young, and Joe Hendry. Sometimes these matchups can be very unorganized. This one here, I think, was done so well, from the entrances to everything that was done. And talking about entrances, I have to throw this out there right now. I loved how the fans had streamers upon streamers upon streamers, and were throwing those the entire freaking night. It just brought me back to just, the glory days of Ring of Honor. Absolutely fantastic. This matchup. Oh yeah, go ahead.
It same here. It brought me back to like day one when I first started watching. I'm like, what are they throwing? Why are they? And then I realized, oh, these are streamer. This is the way for the fans to interact with the intro
Yeah.
of their favorite wrestler. And I thought, mind blown. Way to go, ROH. Keep that up. And yeah, it brought me back to day one when I was like in high school and ROH was just starting. Like you had to stay up super late and surf the channels and wiggle the ears and just to get the right channel in. It was great. Thank you.
And the fans themselves, that is definitely something that they have been accustomed to and are known for doing, and they're very respectful when it comes to that they're not doing it during a matchup. They're only doing it during the entrances, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Just as this matchup was as well, with a new champion being crowned in Rhett Titus. Rhett
Yes.
Titus taking that Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Amazing. Amazing. Now we move on to the ROH Pure Championship. Now I'm just going to pull this up here for a moment so that I get everything correct.
Please.
The rules
Yes.
for the Pure Wrestling Championship, okay? The Pure Wrestling Rules match was most commonly appearing in Ring of Honor, a singles match where each wrestler is allowed only 3 rope breaks. Once they are all used up, the wrestler cannot use the ropes to escape pins or submission. Closed fists are illegal, and using them will cause the wrestler to be penalized as a rope break. If he or she is out of rope breaks, they will then be disqualified. That is Pure Wrestling Rules.
Thank you. You read
You're
my mind.
welcome.
I was going to ask you to please explain the rules before we get into this match because you had to do that for me because I haven't watched an ROH Pure Championship match to understand how it works. So thank you. You read my mind, bro.
Oh, not a problem. This matchup here had Josh Woods, the Pure Champion, taking on Brian Johnson in a 12-minute, 58-second matchup, with Josh Woods retaining his championship and becoming, I guess we could say at this point for this era, the last ROH Pure champion of this era.
I like what Matthew said there. That's different.
That's different.
I like that. You know what, buddy?
Yep.
I felt the same way when Karl explained the rules to me really, really quick before the match. I was like, different, but good.
Yes.
Thank
Now,
you.
normally there is a time limit for the matchup as well, just as with any matchup, there's always a time limit. So, I mean, this one as well is going to have its time limits, right? Moving on from that, we had a fight without honor, 18-minute matchup. Essentially, a fight without honor is just a hardcore, no rules matchup, is what it is. And these two did not disappoint. We had Shane Taylor taking on Kenny King in this matchup. There was a little bit of absolutely everything that was used here. The only thing they missed was the kitchen freaking sink. And we had Shane Taylor defeating Kenny King in this matchup. What do you remember about this matchup and what do you take away from it?
I knew you were going to ask me that. What I remember the most is them going through those, standing on that ladder and just duking it out and then getting that pile driver through that. Oh my. His head hit the floor. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. It looked like his head hit the floor. My takeaway from this match would be that these two gentlemen loved and still love ROH. and we will see them back. They put their hearts and soul on the line,
Yeah.
literally, in this match. And the best man won. I'd like to see them do it again and
Me
again.
too.
And that one, I don't think seeing these two guys in no honor match would get old. I don't think, to be quite honest.
I don't think so as well. I really don't.
It was very well executed. Again, ROH, thank you.
Next up, we have a singles matchup that went 9 minutes and 50 seconds for the ROH Women's World Championship. Champion Rock C taking on Willow, or as others may know her, Willow Nightingale. A good matchup, good back and forth between the two of them. Willow Nightingale, the bigger of the two women, but in the end, it was Roxy by pinfall defeating Willow Nightingale to keep that ROH Women's World Championship.
Yes. What I would like to ask you, Mr. Carl, what was the time limit on this match? How long did they go?
That one I said 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay. And then we add on the other women's match. We're still getting more time than WWE is giving their female wrestlers.
It's very true.
Again, these two women, very professional at what they do, and made it look incredible. Even for being a bigger girl, Willow, my goodness, girl, keep doing what you're doing. It's amazing. I don't even care if they don't even watch this. I'm just, you know what I mean? If by chance girl, you are nailing it on the head. You know what you're doing, and I'm loving every minute of it. I just became a Willow fan. For sure. Great match. Again, everything was perfect.
It was. 8-man tag team matchup is next up at 14 minutes and 45 seconds. We had Violence Unlimited consisting of Brody King, Homicide, Tony Deppen, and Rocky Romero taking on Taylor Rust, Tracy Williams, Eli Isom, and EC3. 14 minutes and 45 seconds for an 8-man tag team matchup. Seems like a good amount of time, and it definitely was for this. And we had Violence Unlimited defeating the tag team, or the 4-person tag team of EC3, Eli, Taylor Rust, and Tracy Williams by pinfall.
Again, another pinfall.
Yes.
This is kind of a theme for this pay-per-view. It wasn't unsure, like dude cheated to win. No, it was straight down the middle. Dude won via pinfall.
Yep.
Listen, this match, I want to go back and watch it again. It wasn't chaotic. It wasn't like you didn't know who was supposed to be in the ring. It was, again, I'll equate it to, and I've done this before, an opera. A very well laid out plan. All the gentlemen in the ring knew what they had to do, and they executed it. Again, this was like, remember the last pay-per-view for AEW? I said I couldn't hear the commentators. Okay, this match did it for me again, because I was so involved in the storyline of all these gentlemen that I didn't hear commentators. I don't even know what they were saying, to be quite honest. It was just, I was watching ballet, bro, and there was music and these gentlemen doing what they do best. It was great. It was a great match. I'm going to go actually YouTube it after we're done here and watch it again.
You know what? I'm sure it's out there. Anybody can find it if they definitely want to. 100%. Moving on to the next matchup here, we had a tag team matchup for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, a 15-minute and 40-second matchup that, oh my God, we saw the Briscoe brothers, Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe, taking on the OGK, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, who are the champions, with, of course, Maria Kanellis Bennett by ringside. 15 minutes, I don't think was enough time for these guys. I think I could have watched them go for another 15 minutes more. We had the Briscoe brothers ultimately winning by defeating the OGK, which I kind of expected. I really did.
It wasn't
fantastic matchup, though. Jeez.
Exactly, right? Again, this is another match. Commentators? What commentators? I've been watching the Briscoes for a long time. I've watched them together. I've watched them feud each other. I've watched them. It's been a Briscoe kind of life for me, really, watching these guys. I feel like I'm part of their tag team every time they get out there because they make you involved. And then let's not take anything away from Saban and his partner. Those two gentlemen, as the tag team champion, came out and gave it their all. Right. Like, I mean, again, another match that they put everything out there for us. I ate it like a fat kid at a buffet, and I wanted more like you, dude. They could have went 45, another hour, another 2 hours, and I would have loved it. Even like, just give me more.
Yeah, I think I definitely would have as well.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Briscoes coming back because I know they're ROH. They bleed ROH, these guys. So wherever they end up for 3 months on a part-time interim, and I think we know where they're going. That's they're coming back to ROH, and they're going to blow it up even bigger than what it was for the first era of ROH.
That's right, for the new era.
Yes. No 2.0 crap. If I hear 2.0, ROH 2.0, I'm out. I'll sell all my stuff that I got ROH, and it's gone. I'll be done.
Speaking of eras.
Yes.
The Ring of Honor World Championship was vacated. So we got a matchup that went 15 minutes and 35 seconds, and it was a singles matchup for the vacant ROH World Championship. But this was for the original ROH Championship, not the new one, the original, the first Ring of Honor Championship. Matchup having Jonathan Gresham, the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham, taking on new AEW signee Jay Lethal. 15 minutes and 35 seconds.
Not long.
Felt like it was 3 minutes.
Yeah,
this match just flew. It just flew by.
Yeah, again, another match that I wish they would have went like half an hour, 45, an hour, 2 hours. Again, because Jay Lethal, who doesn't like Jay Lethal? You need a slap if you don't. And who doesn't like Gresham? Like,
yeah, right now Gresham is really starting to build a name for himself, which is fantastic.
Like, I know you guys can't see this because you don't have video or anything. I'm literally talking about this match, and I have goosebumps in my hair standing straight up on end. Okay, that's how electrifying these two gentlemen are in the ring together. Because you got to think, you got the mentor and the student, right? So this is basically coming full circle as far as I'm concerned. Their storyline coming full circle now. Now you have the student taking on his mentor for not just any title. Okay, people, you got to understand, this is a very strategic. Well, I can't even talk. You know the word I'm saying.
Strategic.
It's a very important title. It means a lot to people. Yeah, I can't. My words aren't working today.
That's okay.
I'm a redneck trying to use big words. I shouldn't do it, and I should stop. But you know what I'm saying. But no, listen. This is a very important title. Like, even for me, if I could step into the ring for any title right now, I would say that original ROH title. I want that title around my waist, and I want to be able to hold it above my head and say, listen, I got this title. And I'm very proud that Gresham won this title.
Gresham.
Sorry. I can't, again, that's like Bobby Lashley. See, I can't even say it. I can't say it.
Oh, geez.
Slap at me, people. It's okay. But no, it was because he has come full circle with that storyline. It made sense for him to win this title and to carry it through into the new era of whatever ROH has planned. So for me, that means a lot, and I'm sure for his girlfriend, Miss Jordan, who was there, by the way, uh, means a lot to her too, and his friends, and the whole company in a whole to have this guy win the title. I loved it. The match was electrifying. Again, what I didn't hear nobody talking. It was great. I loved it.
Right, that was a big thing. Like everyone really seemed to just there was like a hush that was over the crowd that really
Yeah,
everyone just was very respectful
honor.
of the entire show. It was fantastic to see.
It was the honor. I loved it. The fans knew what was going to happen as far as like what they wanted to do as fans. Behind the curtain knew exactly how this was going to go down and how it was going to play out as far as the whole show. ROH did an amazing job at their last hurrah kind of for this
Yeah.
sorry, of ROH. There's the title right there. That's sexy. I don't care who you are.
Right? I think so as well. I think it definitely is.
It states what it is. Ring of Honor. Right there on the top.
Yep.
Bam. No mistaking what this title's for, who it's for, and what it's about. It's all about the honor. And I don't want to jump ahead here. I'll let you go ahead. I just want to talk about it because I'm just so excited for what the next step in Ring of Honor is going to be that I can't wait 3 months. Like I'm going to go squirrely.
Right?
For 3 months. There you go. There's the man with the title. Yep.
Yeah.
And the streamers.
And the streamers all over.
Dude, they were everywhere after he won this. They were like, I didn't think they had that many fans in attendance, bro. And these streamers are coming from everywhere. And I will admit, the redneck got emotional. I teared up. If you didn't get emotional about this moment in wrestling, like what happened with CM Punk and that gentleman that was bawling because he was back, like, if you can't get emotional about wrestling, why are you watching it? Other than to burn time in your day, like you got to have some kind of emotional connection. Like, yeah, I'll stop. I'm just pumped, dude.
Something else that people were very much so pumped about this event also had the notable return of Miss Deonna Purrazzo making her ROH return while only there just to stand in the ring. That was more than enough. And we had the debuts of FTR coming down to the ring.
Wow.
Challenging who? The Briscoe brothers?
Yep.
And then we saw after the, what was it? The 6-man? No, 8-man. The 8-man matchup. EC3 stayed back in the ring with Eli, with Taylor Rust, Tracy Williams. They all stayed back in the ring. We had EC3 getting on the mic, cutting a good promo as he always does,
He's
and
great.
introducing some new people who are looking to control their narrative. And we're looking at Wesley Blake and Adam Scherr. For those of you who don't know that name, Adam Scherr, we're talking Braun freaking Strowman from the WWE. Now, just going by his name, Adam made his debut and is with EC3 now, and they are really putting together this little faction of sorts where they are just going to be independent and go work absolutely anywhere and everywhere that they want to. I am freaking excited about this. Wow.
He was actually, now you got to go back and listen to this very carefully. During his introduction, he was actually introduced as the Titan Adam, and then his last name, I can't say it.
Cher.
Oh, like the singer. Cher. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was actually introduced as the Titan Adam Cher.
Right.
A lot of people miss that because of the shock of, oh my God, this big dude's walking out the last show of ROH and just demolished everybody.
Right.
Like absolutely annihilated. And I will admit, I screamed like a little girl. Because again, I like the dude. And I hope, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, that he is going to be jumping from promotion to promotion and kicking butt and not taking names because he doesn't need to, because he's so damn big.
Right.
And I'm waiting to see what happens. There's going to be big things with this because of that quote unquote, that door being kicked open. And I mean, kicked open, that these gentlemen that are now taking control of their narrative can get some good storylines in at different companies.
Right.
Like a MLW per se, or a let's get big and go AEW. Big
Absolutely.
things. It's going to be great.
Yep. Absolutely anywhere. We want to take a quick pause here and a quick break, and we want to tell you guys about a new sponsor that we have here over on the Love Wrestling brand. We're going to play one of their commercials here for you, so please stick with us, and we will talk about this after we come back.
Men, listen up. When it comes to keeping your privates in tip-top shape, use Manscaped's Lawnmower 4.0.
Bam!
Talking to you, Private Peters. It's time to shape and scape privates. This trimmer features skin-safe technology to help reduce the risk of nick and cuts when it comes to trimming privates.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I meant your actual privates.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
That was not an order. And because it's waterproof, you can trim the field, rain or shine. If you like power, the Lawnmower 4.0 has a powerful 7,000 RPM motor, a 4,000K LED spotlight, a wireless charging system, and it's even got a travel lock. So what are you waiting for? Get your privates ready for action and order your Lawnmower 4.0 today at manscaped.com. If you want the ultimate care package, check out the Performance Package 4.0. You'll get the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer.
You smell that?
I sure do. I think it's coming from down in your trenches. Luckily, Manscaped includes the Crop Reviver Ball Toner Spray.
A refreshing spritz that's vegan and paraben-free?
I love the smell of ball toner in the morning. If you're using deodorant on your armpits, don't you think it's time for long-lasting protection on your groin grenades? That's why Manscaped also includes the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant.
Fire in the hole!
Attention! Looking smooth, privates. Looking smooth. Get your privates ready to engage by ordering the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped today. Receive free worldwide shipping, a free pair of Manscaped boxer briefs, and a free Shed travel bag.
And thank you so much to Manscaped for reaching out and bringing Love Wrestling on board. As you see in the video, I am actually wearing my Manscaped t-shirts that I have been given so graciously. It was absolutely amazing. We do have something very special for everyone, though. Well, before we get to that, I do Manscape myself. So yes, that ball toner. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. We're looking at the Crop Preserver, the ball deodorant. Yes. And even the Lawnmower 4.0. Your balls are going to love it. They definitely are. Go over to manscaped.com, or if you're in Canada, do ca.com Manscaped.com. It'll give it to you in Canadian pricing even, which is absolutely fantastic. Not a lot of websites do that. Go and check that out as well. Use the promo code Love Wrestling and you are going to get yourself 20% off your order. And yes, you do still get the free shipping. You get that performance pack, and yes, you get all of that stuff in there. You even get a pair of really silky feeling amazing boxer shorts that come with it as well. Absolutely fantastic. Make sure you go and check them out, manscaped.com, and use that promo code Love Wrestling. Ryan, thank you so much for coming by. It's been a little bit. Thank you so much. The beard is slowly but surely starting to come in real nice here. Real nice. Thank you, buddy. I love you, Ryan. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to something that is, I know we're going from a really big high down to a little bit of a low for a moment, but I would be very remiss if I did not mention this, as this is somebody that had a pretty big impact, no pun intended, on the professional wrestling world in Impact Wrestling as part of a group, a tag team known as the Rock and Rave Infection, consisting of Lance, who we know as Lance Hoyt now, then known as Lance Rock, and Jimmy Rave. So I'll just read this out to everyone here. James Michael Guffey has died at the age of 39. James was best known as professional wrestler Jimmy Rave. His career started in 1999, continued for over 2 decades. He was a 2-time NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. He appeared in TNA Nonstop Action Wrestling, where he teamed with Lance Rock as the Rock and Rave Infection. 6 months ago, he actually had a double amputation that happened. And unfortunately, complications from that ultimately is how we come to this today. And it's very unfortunate. And we offer our sincerest condolences to Jimmy's family, to James's family, and to any of his close and personal friends, and also to those fans that absolutely loved watching him work. Speaking of love, we got our good friend Ed coming in here. Heart to the TBT guys. Thank you so much, Ed. If you guys don't know who Ed is, well, stick around and check out the Love Wrestling Twitch page at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you guys are going to get a treat, a double feature. Once again, you're going to get the NWA Power Out, as well as you are going to get NXT, all about NXT. Absolutely amazing stuff. And Ed offering his as well. Rest in peace to Jimmy Rave. Loved these guys while watching early TNA. Yeah, me too. Me too. Bubba Duke, I know that you really don't have very much that you can offer when it comes to Jimmy, but please give me the little bit that you do have on Jimmy Rave.
I just remember his entrance, the coming out with that rock guitar from the video games, and just the guy you had to have fun with this guy, because he was just out there and just having a good time and just making the best of life at that point.
Oh,
That's the one thing that sticks out in my head, is just his entrance. It was great.
It definitely was. It definitely was. Very sad to see that this has happened, but
yeah,
unfortunately, we do know that it is life and that this stuff does happen. And as much as it sucks, we have all of this content that we can go back and watch and be able to keep his memory alive and keep it fresh in our minds.
Yeah.
I think the people over in London are going to have this fresh in their minds for a very long time. I'm not talking now about Jimmy Rave, but what I'm talking about is a little bit of a different concept that happened for a Fozzy concert.
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, Chris Jericho and his band Fozzy have been over in the UK, and they have been doing performances over there. Chris Jericho came down with some sort of illness and was hospitalized for a couple of days. After getting out of the hospital, the doctor stressed, do not sing.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell, man? That's what he does. So how are we supposed to go out? They had to cancel 2 shows.
Yep.
And then they went and put on this other show in London with probably one of the most ingenious things that I could have ever seen happen. I'm going to explain it here to you. So I have it. Where is it? It's right here. This is coming right from Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho took to YouTube to explain that he would not be canceling the group's upcoming show in London. Instead, he says, "Hey guys, it's Chris here. And again, we're sorry to have to cancel the last 2 nights in Swansea and in Nottingham. Circumstances beyond my control forced that to happen, and a lot of people, what's going to happen tomorrow night in London? Well, the answer to that is we're not canceling. No, instead of canceling, we're going to do something different. We're going to give you guys the ultimate Fozzy Fan Fest." Okay. Jericho explained that the doctors he visited advised him not to sing at any further concerts. Jericho told the fans that he would be, told them what they would be getting instead. Now, here's the deal. The doctors don't want me to sing due to medical reasons, which we do not need to get into. But instead, here's what we're going to do. I'm just so excited about this.
I know.
We're going to kick off the show, the ultimate Fozzy Fan Fest, with the world exclusive premiere of our brand new album, Boombox, played for the first time ever in a live setting, with all of you listening and all 5 of us in Fozzy on the stage listening with you. Very, very excited about that, Jericho exclaimed. He then said that we're going to do a Q&A. You guys will provide the questions. I'll look through them all, pick the best ones, and we will then give answers from on stage. I'm going to host that. Then on top of those things, we're going to play 2 of our biggest hits live. They played Enemy and Judas with special guest vocalists, everybody in the crowd. Mind blown. Like, how freaking amazing is that for Jericho to have come? Jericho is always doing things to reinvent not only his character, but reinvent the business itself. And now he's done it again. He has reinvented the business of live music. God.
For real. Jericho did it again. I wish I would have been there. Just think about what he just did. He not only gave you an album that hasn't even been released yet,
right?
Okay, with the band sitting on stage, listening to it with you. So basically, you're sitting there with your best friend listening to this new record. That's awesome. Not only that, now you get to come up with questions, and myself and the band will answer your questions, given that they're, appropriate.
Right. Yeah.
And then on top of that, we want you guys to sing our song because you know them.
Right.
Who doesn't know Judas, really? Like, they sing it every week he comes on Dynamite or Rampage. Like,
right.
Let's get real. My head just exploded.
I'm going to go to Ryan's comment here,
yes.
Saying that he was at a Project 86 show in Houston, Texas, where the lead singer was recovering from bronchitis. He just shoved the mic in different fans' faces in the front row and to sing and scream the song when he needed a break. It was an epic night. Of course that would be.
Yeah. Why wouldn't that? Dude, having your favorite singer go, dude, you know, I can't. Here, you sing. Here, you sing.
Right?
Yeah, please.
Like, how often do people actually get the opportunity to do something like that? Like,
Not ever.
Never.
Like
I
usually
shouldn't say never. It does happen, obviously, but
usually you hear them in the background on like the live albums when they're doing a concert. You'll hear the crowd singing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
about it. You never, yeah, no. That's again, bravo, Jericho. A way to save your butt, make your band look even better.
Right.
What do you say? The dude just exploded live music to a whole new level.
Reinvented the game just as he always does.
Right? Wow.
Just as he always does. Absolutely amazing and fantastic.
Mind blowing.
You know who else has reinvented the game?
The Rock.
Al Snow. Al Snow has reinvented the game.
Okay.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
The dictionary defines hero as a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Being a hero in life is far more than words printed on a page. It takes an unwavering code, a compass that points true north, always. And in times like these, it takes sacrifice. Hero shouldn't be a word defined by a dictionary. It's a word that should be defined by the best of us. Hero has a new definition.
And thank you so much to Al Snow for reinventing that game when it comes to streetwear for the professional wrestling fan. Collar and Elbow brand. I am wearing the fitted Flex Fit hat. Bubba Duke is wearing the Brody Lee shirt as well as his camo Collar and Elbow branded hat. Go and check them out at collarandelbowbrand.com. While you're there, use the promo code JKPodcast and get 10% off your entire purchase, no matter if it's brand new or clearance merchandise. We're so happy to be sponsored up with Collar and Elbow brand, and we are the first Collar and Elbow branded sponsored podcast. Very excited for that. We're going to jump right into things here with our match of the week. Bubba Duke, go first and tell me your match of the week, my friend.
Wow. Like right now, it's hard to pick a match, to be quite honest, with that ROH final pay-per-view. That's how do I pick? I could pick the whole thing if I could. I mean, I would.
Match.
But we're going to go with the title match for the ROH original title with Jay Lethal and the Octopus. That was very well put together. It was the greatest match I've seen from ROH in a long time. Thank you, ROH. Just praying that bigger and better things are coming your way now.
My matchup as well is coming from ROH Final Battle 2021. When I was wrestling, I was known as the Extreme Canadian Karl Karufel. So I am going, my pick is with the Fight Without Honor, Shane Taylor and Kenny King. The two of them put it all out on the line. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved watching that matchup because of the hardcore style that was there and just because I can. And that's why. It was fantastic.
Was a great match. Very good pick, Carl.
My shoot job has me going in about an hour's time, so we are going to wrap things up here. But before we do, we really need to touch on this. Showstopper segment. This Showstopper segment this week, I have just simply titled Personal Life. If you don't understand that, you will hear very shortly. What I'm talking about here this week is that there is a fan that confronted Jim Ross about something that Jim Ross does in his personal life. We've got one comment here. The post-match from Fight with Honor was great. I don't know what that was. I'm going to have to go back and take a look and see if I can find that.
I think he might be referring to the two gentlemen actually coming together, shaking hands, having a hug, telling each other they did a great job, and walking away.
But he says the post-match from Fight Without Honor.
Oh, post-match. I didn't know there was a post-match. I must have missed it myself too. Or because it was all in one, I just assumed it was one big part of the match.
I'm not sure.
We'll have to go back.
Elaborate a little bit there. Yeah, Bubba Duke has it. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Ed saying, yep, Bubba Duke has it. Perfect. Yeah, that interaction at the end was absolutely fantastic. Highlight of the night to be able to see something like that. Just beautiful. Really showing what Ring of Honor has been and always will be about.
That's why it says the Ring of Honor. It's in the name. It's all about the honor. Go ahead.
This here, I don't think is very honorable. This is something that I don't think that I would do, especially on a setting that is on a widespread base. But we had a fan confronting Jim Ross for something that Jim Ross does in his personal life. And no, I am not talking about the marijuana. Okay. So I'm just going to read through this here. It says, one caring fan. Let me just. Okay, this is from SE Scoops. Okay, I'm gonna give them cred for this because I'm reading from them. SE Scoops, Fernando. Thank you, Fernando, for writing this. Okay, it says one caring fan has taken Jim Ross to task over smoking cigarettes again. Back in October, JR revealed that he has been diagnosed with skin cancer. And the voice of AEW has been taking time off in order to keep up with the treatment schedule. He expects to be perfectly fine after the treatments. During an episode of his Grillin' JR podcast, JR answered some fan questions. One fan was quite concerned over the fact that Jim Ross smokes cigarettes despite his cancer diagnosis. This is the interaction that happened. The fan says, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with you. You kind of pissed me off, and I'm going to tell you why. But it's out of love that I'm pissed off at you. So are you still smoking? And Jim Ross goes, I'm not smoking at this very moment, but yes, is that your bone? The fan says, what the hell, man? I need you to live for another at least 30 years. And if you're smoking, that ain't going to happen. Especially you got cancer, right? Why? And Jim Ross goes laughingly, thanks for the reminder. And then the fan goes, hell, if you're smoking, you're not making it any better. I need you around, man. I love you. To which JR says, thank you very much. I love you too. And then he went on to explain, Jim Ross went on to explain that, yes, while it is a bad habit, this last year has been very difficult for him. He says, look, I quit for 20 years. And when Jan, Jim Ross's wife, passed away, when she got killed, followed by the freaking COVID, those are my two excuses. The stress of her dying had me pick up cigarettes again. I'm glad I didn't pick up anything heavier, so I didn't. But nonetheless, they're poor excuses. They're not reasons, they're excuses, but nonetheless, I appreciate your concern. I think that this fan maybe went a little bit too far with this. is it really any of your freaking concern? Like, I get it. I get that he's a celebrity, Matt. I love JR too. And yes, although he does have skin cancer, he has said that he is going to come out of it perfectly fine after this treatment. So it's all good, and very thankful for that. Praying to whatever gods are out there that they're keeping him safe. I think though that this fan has just gone a little bit too far. Do you really need to get this personal with somebody?
Again, he puts it out there, right, in public that he smokes, and I get why he's smoking 100%. Dude, if I was married to a woman that long and was that in love with her, and all of a sudden she died, you didn't get to say your goodbyes, you didn't get your, you know, yeah, I could understand picking up smoking. And thank God he didn't pick up like cocaine or God knows what else, right? Like, so he's smoking a little bit. I'm sure he'll put it back down when the stress goes away.
Now you did just say there that he puts it out there. In fact, he hasn't. He hasn't put out there that he's smoking until this point, because this fan was asking, "Are you smoking?"
Oh, so he could have just said no.
He
But
could have.
to be honest, JR is an honest guy and just said, "Yeah, I'm stressed. Look at what just happened. We had my wife suddenly pass away, and then now COVID, and dude, I'm surprised he's able to walk. I would be like,
Right?
yeah, it would be smoking you'd have to worry about."
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts in the comment section? If you're still with us
Yes.
here, let us know what your thoughts are on this. Again, I don't think that this is really something for the fans to. Okay, I understand. Sure, they're concerned. They get it, right? There's a worry there for someone that they adore and that they admire. I get that. But at the same token, it's not your life.
Exactly.
It's not your life. Gonna go to Ryan's comments here.
Yes.
Maybe homie was stalking JR and saw him smoking. JR needs to install some security cameras. Yeah, I think as well.
Oh my God, Ryan.
Ed coming in saying it's
Yes.
Jim's life, his choices, and Matt saying my thoughts are the same as yours.
See, there was totally a different way that this could have been handled by said fan. They could have asked JR, are you still smoking? JR said, yeah, I'm a little stressed right now. I'm still smoking. Right? Then the fan could have been like, it's not really that healthy for you, JR. Can you, not smoke? It's better for your health. Something along those lines. Not, we want you around for another 30 years. You got to quit. No, dude's going through some stress right now. Hey, do you need help, JR, to quit and help with the stress? I know someone that could help you. Like, whatever, right? Just there's that. It's a fine line of being the superstar,
right,
and being a private person.
Yeah,
and you kind of crossed just the way that they went about it. They kind of crossed that line into his personal life.
Yeah.
When as a superstar, you could have said, JR, come on, bro. Like, it's making you sick, and but whatever. Can you please stop, bro? Just I want you to be healthy. And left it.
Right?
Way better than demanding the guy has to stop because I need you for another 30 years. Like,
I get that some people are very passionate, but I mean, definitely a different way to go about that probably would have been. Jim, I to my understanding, I've seen, some reports that say that you're smoking again. Can you elaborate? Why did you start smoking again? Right? Go about it in that type of a way, and then let him explain to you. Right? Like, that's totally different. Ed has a very good point here in the ticker or in the comments section. It's not DUI. It's not driving under the influence. So he isn't risking someone else's life.
Exactly.
There is a difference. And I agree with that.
Wrong. You're not wrong. Not at all, Ed. You're not wrong.
No, not at all. Not at all. As Bubba Duke takes a big ol' sneeze here, we are going to say thank you so much, everyone. I do have to get out of here. It absolutely sucks, and I hate having to do this. But before we go, okay? Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't care. It's early. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it is early.
I don't care. I'm happy.
We're going to have one more show before Christmas, and who knows what that show might entail. I don't know yet. I'm going to figure it out. But what I do know about is Collar and Elbow brand, as we talked about them. Save yourself 10% off when you were using promo code JK Podcast at the checkout over there. Go and check out our friends as well over at Phoenix at fnxfit.com. While you're there looking for some health and workout supplements, you can save yourself 15% off your entire purchase by using the promo code TBTalkPod. Amazing people over at StreamYard. They have helped us out so much with all of this amazing video platform work. It is absolutely fantastic. I do want to throw out there Ed saying Merry Christmas and Matt saying have a good night. Hope to catch you next stream. Yes, Matt, definitely. Should be next Tuesday at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. StreamYard gives us this platform to be able to bring you these video podcasts, and I absolutely love it. It has been fantastic. Our friends over at Love Wrestling, there is so much happening over at Love Wrestling. Go check out lovewrestling.ca. Not only do you get to see Turnbuckle Talk, but you get to see Power of the Pin. You get to see Poetry of a Promo. You get to listen to other podcasts, NXT, talking about NXT. So many different shows that are over there, plus articles, plus interviews that Spencer Love does. A plethora of different professional wrestling propaganda is all over there, and you can go and check it all out at lovewrestling.ca. Follow this show and other things that I do over on my channel, Turnbuckle Studios, over on YouTube. Go and check them out if you please, and give that a like and a subscribe over there. We don't want to forget about our friends over at 80stees.com, where you can get 80s movies, t-shirts, cartoons, classic television, music, wrestling, superheroes, video games, classic movies and TV shows, different brands, holiday t-shirts. There's a plethora of different things that are over at 80stees.com. Go and check them out because they are absolutely fantastic and they have been great to us, and we're so happy to be able to promote them as well. Lastly, as you heard there, not only do we have great friends over at Love Wrestling, but we also have that new sponsorship with them. Take a look in the ticker down below, manscaped.com. Use the promo code Love Wrestling. I got it big on the screen there for you. LOVEWRESTLING. Love Wrestling. Manscaped.com. That's the promo code Love Wrestling, where you get yourself 20% off, which is absolutely fantastic. Plus, you get free shipping. If you are in Canada and want it in Canadian dollars, type in ca.manscaped.com, and that will give you Canadian pricing. Absolutely amazing stuff over there as well. Even Ed coming in saying Manscaped. I think he will probably be receiving his order tomorrow. And I know that he is quite excited, just as I am for this. For Bubba Duke and for myself, Karl Karufel, this has been another edition of Turnbuckle Talk. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.